Good day, traders. This is JAD-FX. You're welcome to another edition. Again, like I said, I've not officially started any formal training or any formal mentorship online. I've not started my lessons. I think last week a lot of persons has been saying the reason I focused on gold was because I just want to deal with gold for now. Let me focus on gold for a start since I'm having a clear perspective on it. Let me just focus on it. I did an analysis on US GBP USD and this Euro USD, but my major focus was on gold because gold is very volatile. So I had to focus on gold because if you can get it right on gold, you are going to milk a lot of with your good risk management. You are going to milk a lot of things from gold. So um I think I stumbled into a guy chatted me up and just shared this somebody shared okay someone shared this analysis with me and was telling me his bias um on USD CHF. I've never traded it before, so just my first time. This it here, this pair USD CHF. This is just my first time coming into the pair, and then my first time coming into the pair. And so I said, let me just look into it. He was actually dictating a sell on it. So I said, let me just do a quick review on the trade. So I opened the trade and I started analyzing it from the daily. And then I spotted some key levels like that. As at then, the market was around, I think, on either Thursday, on Thursday. So either Thursday or something of that nature. It should be on Thursday, and then the market was around that level. So I just say, okay, there's no problem. Let me just look. So when I run through it, I told him that guy, this market is going to buy based on the technical analysis I just run through on the trade. He was telling me that he's going to sell. Why? Because he was looking from a 4 hours perspective. Yeah, he was looking from a 4 hours perspective. And then I said, okay, there's no problem. I think as at then the market was around has already traded up to this point. So was already giving this sell signal right here and all that. And then it traded up more and reached this level and started to go down. From that point, from this point, the market started declining, and then it chatted me up again that the market have started to sell. So when I came back, I looked at it. I just smiled because I know what I was expecting. So I just marked out this. I just marked out this inverted FVG. I just marked it and I left it. So the trade, when it sold, it reacted from there and pushed up to the target I marked. Maybe I will share the screenshot later. It pushed up to the this target I marked, and then it hit TP. So I was like, when I came back to the chart, I was just like, wow, that was great. I couldn't say much, but one of the things is I just showed him that this is the blueprint, this is where the market is going to go. I don't get to know, but that's just where the market is going to go. And I don't you saw it. The thing is I don't force people doing to trade. I just want to share my perspective. I like a community where we can talk. You share your thoughts, I share mine, we grow, we learn from each other, we grow together. I like that. I like a space where we can do a chat debate. I can talk my opinion about the chat, you talk your opinion about the chat, and at the end of the day, let's make profit. That was just the key point. So if yours stand out, you tell me what was I seeing, then I tend to tell you what I was seeing, what was my forecast and all that. And we just clear the chaff off the table and put up what is necessary and what is needed, and then we keep growing, we keep grinding, we keep building, we keep moving, fostering ahead, because part of us debating is a way for us to create that space, that leverage. It's like I'm leveraging on your knowledge, you're leveraging on mine, so that we can get to that top. I don't want to bother us with a lot of talk today. So today I'm not doing this on this. I'm going to share the screenshot later on the analysis, the pre-analysis before all of this. So just keep to mind. And today I just saw the trade. I had to just put this block right here. I'm not expecting it to sell. I'm expecting it to buy more. So I just spotted this level here and I left the trade that way. So it's not my pair though. I don't trade it. So that's it. So let's go straight to the deal today. We've been forecasting gold, and then we've been looking towards gold, and I told us that gold was going to sell. Let me start from the daily. I told us that gold was going to sell massively, massively, and a lot of persons, some of the some trickish candles has been showing us some signs of some bullish signs, and without knowing that that alone is a what is a how will I call it, is an inducement or is a Judas call. I call it a Judas call. If you answer that call, if you venture press the answered button on your mobile phone and answer that Judas call, you will be betrayed. Like you'll be betrayed. A lot of persons will see that, okay, the market broke here, the market broke, sweep this last liquidity here. After it went up, breakdown, broke up, and then it's retracing back for its continuation. So a lot of persons were waiting for that to happen, but I already know from the perspective that the gold is going to sell. And then I also came up with I thought us on this candle, and that was how the market respected there, and a lot of things to that too. The same thing is happening here too. The same concept is happening here too. Look at the same concept happened here too before this whole big bull and bearish candle dropped down, before this big bearish candle came down to this point, and then before the market started to retrace again, and now before the market is pushing down to our target. So that is just that on that. But the major thing is to understand the narrative of the market, not just to build structures of a structure's sake. So one of the things I was outlining in my previous video, today being Thursday, July 2026, this Thursday candle, if you may see, that's Thursday 16th July 2026. So I'm actually spotted the trade there, but it did not trigger me in. I'm going to show us this trade. I'll actually enter it after the CPI. I told us, earlier that we should be conscious of the CPI news coming up. For those of us who will be trading gold, it's going to give us an idea if the market is on a reversal or the market will continue the bearish trend. But the market is showing us some sign that it's continuing the bearish trend. So when the CPI news came out, a lot of persons were already freaking out that the market is going to buy, blah 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 blah. I knew that was just a fake tone. Why? Because there were certain fundamental things I set out for us. I pointed out last week, and that was on the Monday morning. I pointed out some fundamental facts that were the catalyst that were standing. The fundamentals as at last week were telling us that number one, that I did a summary of that it was the US Iran tension that led to the US Iran tension that led to the increase in the price of oil to increase or to raise up. So from there, because of the increment in the price of oil, now led to the increases in what inflation or the fear of inflation. So the price inflation increased as the price of oil, US oil increased. So as a result of that, that was what now led to the federal government, the Federal Reserve, to begin to tailor a decision, because once we see that inflation has increased and everybody is scared, is skeptical, the next thing that is we look out, we begin to monitor the Fed. The Fed are now the one that will now, what are they now going to do? They are now going to come up with their policy and their decision to find out they can curtail, how they can cut or how they can reduce or that they can minimize inflation. And how do they do that? They will now increase interest rates. So we know to how far they can increase the interest rate by what? By the level of inflation, how the position of inflation is. And I told us that every country has the level of their inflation target, and before they can start increasing interest rate. So, and I also told us that every investors are interested in an economy that has high interest rates. Why? Because they will get higher returns. And I told us also that gold doesn't pay returns, doesn't pay interest, but it's a safe haven asset, but it doesn't pay interest. But dollar pays. As soon as dollar gained strength and was appreciating, the demand for dollar, the reason why the demand of dollar was going up like that was because um was because the currency became strong, such that their why, because the interest rate, the Fed increased interest rate. So because of that increment in the interest rate, that was what now triggered, it now gave a signal to the investors. That was how what put the investors to the economy to now want to invest, because of what, high interest rates that will yield them high returns. So it was because of that the Fed now increased. Well, because of the increase in inflation that led to the Fed to increase interest rate, and by so doing, that the increase in interest rate now led to the what, to the fall of gold, and to the what, strength of dollar. So these were some of the common things that happened around there. So let me just go straight and show those. So I started pinpointing that dollar was going to sell, dollar was going to sell. I'm sorry, gold, don't mind me, was going to sell. So within 1 hour, I was on a trade. Within 1 hour, let's go straight to something I want to show us. Within 1 hour, this trade was already coming down to this point. I mapped out this 4 hours order block right here. I mapped out this 4 hours order block right here. That particular level, this level here. I marked it out. I mark it out on the 4 hours. Let's go to 4 hours. We will see the structure very clean and clear. If you go to 4 hours, let's do away with what we are seeing from this side. Let's leave this portion alone right now. Please, let's leave that alone for now, and let's focus on just these directions alone. Anything that price is doing within this level. This level is our target. This is our major liquidity level. You understand? The market has conquered this liquidity level here. So this is our next target level. These two level here. So let's leave the focus of this side and focus more on this side. So let's go straight. If you push the charts to this point, you will discover that the market was creating some sort of we started up, down, change of character, up, and broke down, up, came down, went up, and then from that portion, what happens? The market then traded down, breaking more structures. These were structures that were broken here. V. So it came down. Let me clean this so that we can move further. So we already know that this was a structure broken here, and then look at this nice portion. If we should go to a smaller time frame, you will discover that this particular level is a compression unit. This zone is a compression unit. If we go to 1 hour, you will see that compression point very well. So that was what made me to, okay, I spotted this order block on time, this 4 hours order block, and then that was where my entry was from. And after the news, when the news happened, mind you, this was already a break of structure. Sorry about that. This was already a break of structure right here. That true? So that was a break of structure from that point. This was up, and then the market broke the structure and traded up into that other block. So this was this pullback. The news supported this pull. The CPI supported this pullback, and what happened? The market started. The market started to come down. Sorry. The market started to what? After it did break structure, it broke the structure. Then it traded into that other block, and what happened? Shut down. Some persons already start buying, and me, I did not want to. When I saw that buy, I laughed. I know it was a way to treat traders again to get into the market. It was a way to treat traders to get into the market. So I knew that that was a scam. A lot of people were already buying from here. Let me just take it off. A lot of persons were already buying from that point, from this point. But me, I knew that that place, and Asian liquidity was not properly delivered there. That was why I now marked out this sell side liquidity to be there. And I was just watching at the market. When the market came there, reacted on another block, went up, take out some liquidities here, and then entered into another other block there. And then it sold down. Now it has hit the first level, this level here. If we go to 1 hour, we're going to see. I just want to point out this structure for us very clean. Let me use my part two. Sorry, let me not continue using this tool. Let me use my part two so we can get something here. The market started from here. This was what happened. One up, then it broke structure here, then it traded up, took out this liquidity here and came down here. This one was an inducement, so it went up to this block and came down here, created a liquidity for itself, making this a double bottom. Created a liquidity, find some kind of an inefficiency, get run into it, and then ran down and broke this structure. We are still targeting, looking to reach out to this level, maybe today or tomorrow. We don't know how far it's going to go, but this is what we are looking out to see. This is what we are waiting for, bro. So this is the structure. If I should push this thing out right now, let me push it out right now. How will I put it so we can see very clear? This is it, bro. This is it. This is what is happening in the market right now. So that's it. That's what is happening. So how did I spotted this one today? That one did not activated me, but let me just go to 1 hour so you can see 1 hour. Let's go to 1 hour. Look at on the 1 hour. That's what Jesus is here around 4 hours. 1 hour network. Look at the compression unit on that 1 hour. So I started analyzing that. Okay, since the market is within trapped within this level here, that there's every tendency that this particular breaker, this leg here, should be a mitigation. That was how I marked this MTB to be a mitigation, and that was my entry. And I put my stop loss above this FVG that is here. So, but the market makes use of this IVG and shut down. That's fine. There's no problem there, and that was just it. And so that was how I got the miss. I was targeting that very low, the other low that will lead to this break of structure. So this is already a break of structure to the downside. That's already a break. You just need to understand the market bias. Oh yes. So that's already a break of structure. After this particular break of structure here, we just mark it as a break of structure so that we can see it as a break of structure. As a break of structure. So this is just it. This is just it. So there was an Asian liquidity that was sitting below here. That was why I started down. No, this trade is going to sell. Anything it's doing is just faking out. And look at that other block I told us on the 1 hour that I saw that interested me, because when this liquidity started pulling, the market entered into this other block and started buying from here up. When it bought, I knew that this place was an inducement. Then I did not enter. I will share the screenshot, my screenshot here. I already entered from here. I already entered from this particular point. This other block here was where I entered from. I will share my screenshot on this video. I don't make nonsense video. I will share my screenshot. I don't just come out and talk or and draw this thing and begin to talk nonsense. This is it. The only miss I got today was this particular trade. Do I have losses? Maybe. Sometimes I do loss trade. So I'm not a perfect trader. You understand? But I'm just sharing my opinion. But this was where I got in the trade. And moving forward, I caught this one, but the market did not come to my location, so that's fine. I left it, but the hit TP did not trigger me. That's fine. Still running on this trade. Are you seeing it? Still running on this trade. So if I'm still combining all the trades together now, if I combine all the trade from the day one to now, are you seeing where we are right now? Just remaining few pips to get to the final trade. Are you seeing it? Very beautiful, 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 beautiful outcome right now. So for how many days we've been profitable, this is it, the overall. This is another trade we took in. If you look at inward, you see another trade. This is another trade entry again after CPI news on Tuesday. This is another trade again today, but it did not activate me. So guys, thank you so much. I just want to share my opinion to just show you that the trade is actually going well. The trade is really, really going well. It's going well. It's going well. Thank you guys. God bless you. Please do well to subscribe to my channel if you are coming across me for the first time. What I do here is just I share my opinion in the market, not a fake opinion. I share what I saw in the market and what I enter, what I do, what I practice. I don't just come and mark out charts and do theories and get out. No, it's what I do. When I spot them, I get in and all that. So thank you so much. See you over in my next video. Please do well to subscribe, smash the like button, and then turn on the notification bell to get more content like this. See you guys and over to the next video. God bless you.